Assalamu alaikum dear students. Hope you all are fine by the grace of Almighty Allah. Welcome to NIVS Home School. Here I am Kamul Nahar, Assistant Teacher of English, National Ideal English Version School, Day Shift. My dear students, today I am going to take Bangladesh and Global Studies class for the students of class 5. And our today's topic is chapter 4. And lesson 1, 2 and 3. Today we will discuss lesson 1, 2 and 3 from chapter 4. And the name of this chapter is our economy, agriculture and industry. That means today we will know about our economy, which is depend on our agriculture and our industry. So all of you take your Bangladesh and Global Studies books and go to page number 30. So let's start our class today. So chapter 4, our economy, agriculture and industry. So dear students, at first we will know about rice, wheat and pulses. Those are our food grains. That means grains means wheat is hard, and hard seeds. Those are called the crops which are very hard, and seeds like those are called food grains. Okay, let's read. Nowadays, agriculture products are being exported to foreign countries after meeting the local need. Bangladesh is a mainly agricultural country. So our country depends on agriculture. So Bangladesh is mainly agricultural country. So about 80% of the population earn their livings from agriculture sector. So what is the percentage? 80% of the population earn their livings from agriculture sector. So it is a big amount of number. And agriculture is successful, especially for being in the fertile delta region. So our delta regions means there are the rivers, and that means our country is full of rivers, and because of these rivers, our land, the rivers, swept away by the seals, which is very fertile for the agriculture. So our country is a fertile delta region. So all of you now look at the percentage. About 20% of the national economy comes from agriculture. So 20% of the national economy comes from the agriculture. Because of the fertile delta region, we earn this amount of money, and it is 20%. And in this lesson, we shall learn about three main food grains. So what are the three main food grains? Now look, rice, wheat and pulse. So three main food grains are rice, wheat and pulse. So all of you remember this one. So at first we will know about the rice. Now look, there is a picture of the paddy field. So they are showing the rice. Rice is the main food of Bangladesh. So what is our main food? Rice is the main food of Bangladesh. And so this is the main crop of Bangladesh. The climate and lands are suitable to grow rice almost everywhere in Bangladesh. Three main types of rice, Aw, Samon and Boro, are produced in Bangladesh. So you can ask why rice is the main food of Bangladesh? Because the weather or climate is suitable for growing rice in our country, and the lands are suitable to grow rice almost everywhere in Bangladesh. And there are three main types of rice, rice, Aw, Samon and Boro. Now we will go to wheat. Now look, there is a picture of wheat field. It is grown in the north and west of Bangladesh. So where is it grow? Where does it grow? North and west of Bangladesh. And it is cultivated in winter. That means you can cultivate wheat in winter season only. The demand of the foods made from wheat is increasing day by day in Bangladesh. So as a result, the amount of cultivation of wheat is rising up. So nowadays, amount of wheat is, the amount of cultivation or the production of wheat is increasing day by day, because the foods which are made from wheat is increasing. The demand of the food which are made from wheat is increasing gradually, means day by day. Now we will go to pulse. Pulses are an important agricultural product in Bangladesh. Pulses include chola, masoor, motor, moong, maskalai, khesari and orhor. So these are the name of the pulses. That means, now look, there is a picture of the pulse. That means these are called lentils. You can cook lentils from these pulses, they grow in the north and west of Bangladesh. Just like wheat, they grow north and west of Bangladesh. Now look, and all of you will learn about the name of those pulses. And however, pulses are imported from abroad to meet the local demand, but still we need to import it from the other countries from abroad to meet the demand of the people of our country. Now we will go to next page number 31. Now look, there's a chart in section B, how we eat it, rice, wheat and pulses. You will do it by yourself. And where is it grown? It is given here. Rice is rice grows almost everywhere in Bangladesh, and wheat northwest part of Bangladesh, and pulses northwest part of Bangladesh. Now we will go to section C. This is important for you. Section C. Now look, here are the figures for annual production and imports of these crops in million tons. Describe in words what the figures tell you. Now look, there's two questions. There are two questions. Which is the largest crop for home production, and which is the largest import? So at first we will look at this chart carefully, then we will try to find out the answer from this chart. Now look, name of the crops, and what are the crops? Rice, wheat and pulses. And then there is the home production and imports. Now look, home production, rice 34 million tons, wheat 1 million tons, and pulses 0.75 million tons. And imports, rice 0, wheat 0.5 and pulses 3. So now the first question, which is the largest crop for home production? Which is the, now look at this chart, home production, rice is the largest. So this is the largest. And imports, now look, which is the largest import? It will be pulses. Largest import, pulses, and largest crop for home production, rice. This is 34 million tons. So remember this chart, this is important for you. Now we will go to section D. What is our main agricultural crop? What is our main agricultural crop? Rice, wheat, pulses or corn? Yes, we know that it is rice. Now we will go to lesson 2 or topic 2 from this chapter. And in this lesson we will know about potatoes, oilseed and spices. So at first we will know about the potatoes. Potatoes are an essential food, as you can see in the picture. So there is a picture of potato in your book, page number 32. All of you can have a look in your book. Fertile, loamy and sandy soil are favorable to grow potatoes. So what type of soil do you need? Fertile, loamy and sandy soil are favorable to grow potatoes. And that means the soil which is a mixture of clay, silt and sand, those are called loamy soil, and which is very much fertile, and this is suitable for growing crops. We produce round and sweet potatoes. We grow two types of potatoes, round and sweet. The surplus potatoes are exported after meeting the local needs. So we can export those potatoes after meeting the demand of our country. That means surplus means extra potatoes. That means the potatoes which we don't need. Now we will go to oilseed. Now look, there is a picture of mustard field. So this is also, the mustard is also one kind of oilseed. Okay, let's read. We cook a lot of food using oil. The oil is derived from pressing the seeds of mustard, almond and or linseed. Linseed means it comes from flax. But we have to import to meet our local needs. So now look, we export potatoes but we import oil seeds. So these we cannot produce enough oil seeds to meet the demand of our country. That's why we need to import them. So what are the name of these oil seeds? Mustards, almond or linseed, and we have to import those oil seed and we export potato. Now we will go to spices. We also use a lot of spices in our food to make it tasty. So what is the use of spices? To make the food tasty. Question can come. We grow spices like onions, garlic, ginger and chili. So what type of spices do we grow? Spices like onions, garlic, ginger and chili. And we produce most of our domestic needs, but we import some spices as well. So we also import spices. So now look, we export potatoes and we import oilseed and spices to meet the demand of our country. Now we will go to next page, page number 33. Now look, what is in section A? With the help of your teacher, discuss the influences on what farmers choose to grow, weather and climate, soil, consumer demand. So all of you will think about it and try to find out the answer, and we will discuss it about our live class. Now section B. Fill in all the information you can in this table. Now look, which part of the plant do we eat? In potatoes and oilseeds. Now look, in potatoes, what do we eat? Dear students, can you tell me? We eat stem. So in potato we eat stem, and oilseed, we can extract oilseed, extract seed from those plants, then we can make oil. And how do we use it in our cooking? How do we use? We use potato as a vegetable, and we use oil to increase the taste of our food. Now we will go to section C. Now look, explain what the figures show in this grid. Now look, home production million tons, potatoes 4 million tons, and oilseed 0.5 million tons. And export import, we export potatoes and we import oilseeds. So this is also very important for you. Home production 4 million tons, potato 4 million tons and oilseed 0.5 million tons. So remember this, and we export potatoes and we import oilseeds. Now we will go to section D. The 6 main agricultural products from this chapter which we produce to eat at home are. What are the 6 main production which we eat? Now look, at first it will be rice. Then wheat. Now pulses. Then potatoes. Next one oilseed, and last one spices. Seed and spices. So these are the 6 main agricultural products that we produce to eat. Now we will go to lesson 3, and in this lesson we will know about the cash crop. That means jute, tea and tobacco. And cash crop means the agricultural productions which can earn foreign currency. That means we can export those crops we can export those crops and we can earn foreign currency or foreign money. Okay, let's read. Cash crops are agricultural products that earn foreign currency by exporting to other countries. So what are the cash crops? Cash crops are, you can understand, cash crops are agricultural products that earn foreign currency by exporting to other countries. So there are 3 cash crops in our country, main cash crops: jute, tea and tobacco. So at first we will know about jute. So jute is our main cash crop. Jute is our main cash crop. And Bangladesh is the second largest jute producing country after India. So India is the first largest jute producing country and Bangladesh is the second one. So you can underline after India. So it is called the golden fiber of Bangladesh. So it is called the golden fiber of Bangladesh. Do you know why? Because jute is golden in color and we can earn foreign currency by exporting jute. That's why jute is called the golden fiber of Bangladesh. And Mymensingh, Faridpur, Kumilla, Pabna, Kustia, Jashore and Naugaon produce the most jute in Bangladesh. So what is the name of this district? All of you will learn the name of this district: Mymensingh, Faridpur, Kumilla, Pabna, Kustia, Jashore and Naugaon produce most of the jute in Bangladesh. And ropes and sacks are made of jute. So what is the use of jute? Ropes and sacks are made of jute. That means we can make ropes and sacks, and we can nowadays we can also make bags and clothes also from jute. And Bangladesh earns a lot of foreign currency by exporting jute. Our climate is suitable for jute cultivation. And you can underline ropes and sacks are made of jute. Now we will go to tea. Tea plays an important role in the economy of Bangladesh. It grows especially in Sylhet and Chattogram. So tea grows especially in Sylhet and Chattogram, but nowadays in Dinajpur and Panchgarh you can find the tea garden. And recently it has been expanded also to Dinajpur and Panchgarh. Look, Dinajpur and Panchgarh. So tea from Bangladesh has a good reputation, so it is in demand overseas. Exporting tea, Bangladesh earns a lot of foreign currency. So exporting jute and exporting tea, we can earn a lot of foreign currency. Now we will go to tobacco. So tobacco is used for making cigarettes and bidi. So we use tobacco for making cigarettes and bidi. It grows in many regions in Bangladesh. The larger portion of it is exported. So we grow or we produce tobacco to export it to other countries. And the cultivation of tobacco is discouraged as it is injurious to human health. So nowadays, the farmers are discouraged to cultivate tobacco because it is injurious to human health. That means the production of tobacco is harmful for the farmer. That's why they are discouraged to produce tobacco. And now look, there are other cash crops in our country. Other cash crops include cotton, silk, betel nut and rubber. So these are the other cash crops, but the main cash crops are jute, tea and tobacco. Now we will go to next page. Now look, next page, section A, discuss with the help of your teacher how people use the products from these cash crops in their daily lives, jute and tea. So all of you will, we will discuss it in our live class. And now look, then we will go to section B, fill in the boxes with information from the opposite page. Now look, what it is used for, jute and tea, then where it is grown, jute and tea. So what it is used for, jute, we use jute to make ropes and sacks, sacks and tea for energy drink. And where is it grown? Where it is grown? Now look, there are the name of this district, so all of you will write it down, and then the three, Sylhet, Chattogram, Dinajpur and Panchgarh. Now we will go to section C. This is very important for you, section C. Now look, fish is also an important cash earning product, making up 23% of our agricultural income. So fish plays a very important role in our economy. And what is the percentage? 23% of our agricultural income. The most important fish exports are frozen shrimp and prawns and frozen fish. So we can export frozen shrimp and prawns and frozen fish to earn foreign currency. That's why the fish plays a very important role in our economy. Now we will go to section D. We export agricultural products in order to what will be the answer? In order to earn foreign currency. So we export agricultural products in order to earn foreign currency. So dear students, today we have discussed three topics from chapter 4. So all of you will go through these 3 lessons for filling the blanks and matching, and for the short question answer and the broad question answer. So all of you will go through your text again and again, and if you have any problem you can ask me over phone or in your live class. So dear students, all of you listen to your parents. See you again. Allah Hafiz.